that I'll make to you. And that is, I promise you, we will make mistakes. But I promise you, we'll fix them. Because the only way that you're going to get through a maze is if you what? Move. And that's what I tell the team all the time. I would rather have somebody make a wrong move, find out it's a dead end, and so, okay, that was a wrong move, and then go this way, than stand here paralyzed. Stand here paralyzed, afraid to make a decision because it might not be the right one. Okay? The thing is, though, when we make because how do we get from this side of the maze to the other side of the maze if we don't hit a dead end? How do we get from this side to the other side and do the things that we want when a trail hasn't been trod if we're not willing to go out and do it? So do you know what we do when we go out there and we make a mistake? We just need to own it. Say, okay, all right, we own it. And let's go this direction because we need to. And sometimes in those days where maybe you thought it was going to be one way and it was another way, once again, it helps us all understand the vision of really what we're doing and who we are and where we're going even clearer. Because we can see it better. Okay? And so, guys, I don't like making changes. Changes in networking or changes in life are never good or bad. But if we know what we're after and what we're trying to do, and we need to say, okay, we went a little bit off, we went down this path, and maybe it was not exactly what we were thinking it was going to be. We need to fix it. And so, what I'm excited about is I've always been a believer in, as you can see what we're doing around the world, I want to help the masses. That's my goal. Because like Gaylord even talked about, and you see some of our diamonds and double and triple black rain diamonds. You want to know why they're successful in rain? Is because they have a lot of people that are successful. That's how we build. So I want to lock and I want to help the masses. And if we help the masses, everybody wins. Right? And so we are making some enhancements, guys, because there's some things that we did and that we've done the last few months, and I'm just going to say I'm sorry. Right? Some of them have been good, some of them we've had to tweak. And these are some things that maybe we went this direction and say, no, we need to go this direction. And it helps us even see that clarity. So there are some things that we've learned, and I'm going to go through this because who knows, can anybody give me an example of a poor philanthropist? They don't exist, right? A poor philanthropist, because they can do more and help others when they have the resources. They're out there trying to do those types of things, right? So here's what we got to do. We got to empower you, and there's nothing wrong. I don't judge somebody's worth by their pocketbook. I don't do that, okay? That's not what defines a person. It's never what defines a person. But you know what? It really is hard to help the poor when we're one of them. Right? Can't we do more if we had more? Can't we get back if we have something to give? So that's why, if we're talking about these different freedoms, we got to provide that freedom. When we talk about giving to get, we got to take care of us and then offer it to others. Okay? And that's what we're focused on right here. So I'm going to talk, I think you're going to love this. Because this is the best. This right here, what I'm about to show you, encompasses all the things that we're trying to do as we have the clarity. And at the same time, what it does is it pays more than Rain's ever paid. Okay? In a lot of different. Now, how many likes that thought? How many like that idea? Okay? But once again, as we talked about, we can't do something unless it benefits somebody else, right? We shouldn't. If that's just a byproduct in and of itself, we can change the world as we grow. Okay, so who wants to get into this? A little adjustments. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to talk about kind of the maker system and how we've enhanced some things there. Then I'm going to go into the comp plan and show you how it all resonates and fits together and makes it better for everybody. Okay? So if you don't understand everything this first time, that's fine. It's you're going to understand it when you get your commission checks. Even if you don't, who cares, right? That's when I started my first company, I was with $1 billion company. I did not understand the comp plan, and how I learned it was when I figured out, okay, why did I get paid that? And then I would go back and look, okay, I guess I hit that bonus. But what we want to do is we want to make it simple, simple, simple. Now here's one of the things that was confusing as we're getting started. Okay, if we want duplication to happen, it needs to be what? Simple. Okay, you tell me, is it simple when someone's getting started, if they need to know about how to get ranked, Rain partner teams and Rainmaker. 3 things right out the gate. Is that simple? Does that slow down or increase duplication? Slow down. Okay? So we have to put all those things together. We have to use the benefits of all of them and put them together. And that's what this is about. Now, if you know our statistics, these are Rain statistics. Is in Rain, in 6 months, when somebody joins, after 6 months, 20% of the people that have joined have gotten 2 people. That's the statistics that we have. Now, some people get 1, some people get none, some people get more than 2, some people maybe get 2 after that, but statistically, 20% of the people that join go get 2. Now, I know that a lot of people in foreign markets enroll people as distributors that are early customers. So that doesn't help my numbers, right? I know that happens too, but these are the numbers. Open book. That's what happens in Rain. We look back the last 6 years. So, if we want to see momentum, and we don't even increase the percentages, let's say we keep the percentages the way they are. If I can take the people, the 20% that are getting the 2 people anyway, and compress that time from 6 months to 2 weeks, or to 2 months, how many enrollments are we going to get in a year that we otherwise wouldn't have? We're going to get 5, 10, 15, 20 times the enrollments in 1 year than we've done in the past. If we do one thing only, and that isn't even change the percentages and increase them, but if we just compress it. And that's one of the reasons why we've got this first part in. So what we're going to be doing now on this maker system is this. When somebody joins the business, the clock starts ticking. You have 2 weeks to just get your 2 first Rain partners. Go get your 2. And if you do that within your first 2 weeks, we're going to look at the CV of what those kits were. I don't care if it was a big kit or a small kit. I don't care what it was. I'm going to look at the CV of those 2 kits. I'm going to pay you an additional 15% on top of it. Okay? 15% because you went out there. That's why I call it your launch bonus. You didn't sit around. You launched. Because what happens? Things in motion tend to stay in motion. What happens to most of the people, and you've seen them in your teams, that don't see success, I bet you a majority of the time, they never got started. Right? They never got started. So let's give them a reason to go get started. And say, hey, go out there, first 2 weeks, let's launch your business. Because we teach people they should be doing launch businesses, or launch meetings the first 2 weeks anyway, right? So if they're just following our system, that should be doable. So what we're going to be doing is not only are we doing this, but as we go through the Rainmaker system, instead of just getting 2 customers, what we're going to be doing is we're asking people to do and build the Rain partner team. Does everybody know what a Rain partner team is? Okay? 2 who get 2. Because that's the structure that pays out what in the comp plan? Everything. Everything. If that duplicates what gets paid, does binary payout happen, team commission payout? Yes. Does FOB payout happen? Yes. Does Gen Match payout happen? Yes, because people are getting paid. All right? So we need that to happen. So as we look at this next slide, if I get this work right here. So your first 4 weeks, you're going to get 2, help your 2 get 2. And then these are customers down here. And you're going to get 2 customers. Okay? That's in your first 4 weeks. Now those first 2 people, this is the same structure, right? I'm not saying, get your first 2, now this is an additional 2. This is in the same Rain partner team, for sake of going to Maker. And here's what's going to happen when this happens, and you do this in your first 4 weeks. We will pay you an additional 5% off that entire group's CV. So what about the 15% that we already paid on the first 2? Are those excluded on the 5? No. I'll pay 5% on what I already paid you 15% on what you already got an FOB on. So is that more money or less money? Hey, it's more, guys. You start doing the math, it's more. It's more. So, and then here's what we're going to do. We don't want you to do something unless we bless somebody else. So when you join, we planted a tree in your name. Once you hit Maker, and we're getting rid of that rookie name because it does not translate in half the languages. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. You basically stink in most of the languages when we translate that. So, no, you're not a stinker. Congratulations, you became a stinker. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go out there, and when you accomplish this, not only are we going to give you the 5%, not only going to give you the 15%. So if somebody doesn't get 2 people in their first 2 weeks, can they still get the 5% off those people? The 2 they got? Yes, they can still get the 5% off the whole team. I'm just going to give them an additional incentive to go get your first 2 and make a little bit more. Right? So we're also going to plant 5 trees in your name. So we planted a tree when you joined. When somebody comes and becomes a maker, we're going to go out there and donate and plant 5 more trees. So you hit something, we did something. You forced us, which we want. Okay? So now that you've done this, let's have you go to the next level, and that is maker 2. I still love the time frames because it gets people to move. So now you have 8 weeks from when you started. And what are you doing? Something new? The same thing what? Is that easier to train? If you do it, and then what do you do it? Again, and then what do you do it? Again, and then what do you do it? Again. Okay, that's what we train. 2 who get 2 and get 2 customers. Alright, so now, if you do this in those 8 weeks, I'm going to pay you all the commissions I would normally pay you. I'm going to pay you the FOBs I would normally pay you. But on your second group, what I'm going to do is I am going to pay you 7% additional bonus off that entire group CD. Okay? Off that entire group. So if they come in with a big kit, that's more CD. And you're going to like the new kits I'm going to show you. You're going to love them. You're going to love them. So, and then what we do is Rain donates the money to somebody in a third world country to go and learn how to read. And not take a class, but take a course. So when you hit this, your second one, when you're a maker 2, somebody's going to learn how to read. So congratulations. Thank you. All right. Now let's do it. What should we do the next thing? Should it be the same thing again, or should we introduce something new? Same thing, right? Let's just boom, boom. Let's just get this going. So now you become a maker 2. Go ahead and become a maker 3. Oops, can someone go back? There we go. So now it's 12 weeks from when you got started. You can see we do these in 4-week increments. And what do? The same thing again. Now what are you building through the process? Rain Partner Team. So what's happening next month? Free product. I'm not even calculating that in right now. On top of all the other bonuses that we're doing, you're getting free product on top of that. Okay? So you're not only building a structure that's going to benefit you from the very beginning, but you're building a structure that's going to benefit you moving forward. And that you want duplicated. Now here's the thing that I love. You want to build your first Rain Partner Team in how many weeks? Okay? But you want to get your first 2 people in 2 weeks, right? But you want to build your first Rain Partner Team in how many weeks? 4. You want to get your first 2 in how many weeks? 2. They want to get their first 2 people in how many weeks? Does that help you get your 4 weeks? Yes. You see that? Boom, 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 boom. We want people focused on helping them that helps you. That helps the team, that helps the growth. Right? So here's, within the 12 weeks, 2 Rain partners help them get there 2. You get 2 more customers, and here's what we're going to do off that entire group volume. The customer group volume 2. Okay? The customer volume 2. The customer CD as well. I'm going to bonus you on. Okay? There's nowhere else in this comp plan where we bonus off of, like do these kind of bonuses, CD bonuses off of customers. Except for now we do, in this scenario. We'll pay you 10% off that entire group. So it was first 5%, right? The second time you did it, it was 7%. The third time you do it, 10%. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to pay for someone to go see a doctor. Okay, we're going to pay for a medical checkup for somebody in a third world country to go get tested. You hear the story of Ruth? Okay, just because she went to a doctor, they could help her. And she dealt with that for decades, that she probably didn't have to. But she didn't have the resources. She didn't have the money. So now, anytime somebody goes, Maker 3, we're gonna pay for someone to go see a doctor. So congratulations, that's you doing that. So give yourself a round of applause. Like that. So what do you do after that to go Rainmaker? So we did Maker, Maker 2, Maker 3, and now the 4th one is Rainmaker. Okay? Now it's Rainmaker. So what do you think we're going to ask you to do? Repeat. Repeat. So within 16 weeks, okay, from when you're getting started, you have a chance to accomplish all of these. So go get 2 more, help those 2 get 2, and go get your customers. And if you do it this 4th time, we're going to pay 15% off the entire group's sun. And so what do things need, what do seeds need to grow? And they sun. And these sun nutrients, I love that. Anyway, side note. Okay? Side note. But as we were there sitting there, and there's all these kids that are in the schoolyard with the fences, and we're teaching the kids right up on the outside of the fences. Kids that can't go to school are just lined up and staring. They're just like at the fence right here, just looking in. Because they can't afford to go. They're just trying to get something. They're just standing there. So while we're there the whole time, you see all these kids just outside the school just wishing they all, if you ask any kid what they want, you know what they're going to tell you? School. I want to go to school. I want to go to school. That's what they want. Even when we went and talked to the disabled children, they wanted to go to school. Because when you go to school, guess what you get? A uniform. They get these shirts that all match. They think that's the coolest thing. They want a shirt. They want to go to school. That's the big thing. So you become a Rainmaker, and because of you, someone's going to school. So give yourself a round of applause. That's a big deal. All right? So what I want to do too is, once again, we all have the tough days. We have the easy days. We have days we're frustrated, days we get knocked down, days we get no's, days we get yeses. But when you understand, okay, I don't have to do this. If I can, I'm going to benefit, but a kid's going to go to school. Okay, I'm going to call one more person. Okay, I want to give other people all different reasons to go out and win. Let's go give everybody a reason to win, because it's going to benefit. Sometimes, you know, helping ourselves isn't what we think about, but when we know it could help somebody else, we do it. So we want to give all the motivating factors. But once again, 15% on top of that entire team's CD. So once again, are we paying more or are we paying less? Paying more. Okay, way more. Okay, you start doing the math, I'm telling you what, you're going to love it. But what you're doing is, so now after you've finished this process, what have you done? Is you built how many rate partner teams? 4. Which means you had to have a minimum of how many personally sponsored? 8, right? 8. How many sponsor legs do you need to hit the top level of the company? 7. Okay, you see what we're doing? Without even knowing it, we're helping people build the right structure so they can capitalize off of every single thing that our comp plan has to offer. Because there's no such thing as a poor philanthropist. Right? We need to help everybody get in a position, maybe you're already there, but get in a position where you're getting to do more. Because sometimes I meet people, all types of people. I meet people that don't have resources and they want them. If you do this, not only do we help put a lot more money in your pocket, but we help you build the right structure to win. And look, along the way, you planted 5 trees, someone's taken a class to learn how to read, someone just went to a doctor, and someone's going to school. So, do you like it? And that's what we need to do. We need to tie doing good to everything we do. And so where we said, uh-oh, let's make this adjustment. A lot of people didn't like not having auto volume. Where they come in with the $9.99 pack, right? And they have all this product, and what happens next month to stay qualified? They got a what? And they still have how much? They have a lot of product. So, does everybody remember the old Gold Fast Track pack? $12.99, 6 months of qualification, it's back. That's it right there, that elite pack. Okay, we're going to get that kind of stuff. Super Elite is the one that we had before that was Elite. It gives you 6 months of qualification, but at 100. The Elite gives you 6 months of qualification. You're going to get CD, 500, but 600 QB. So you might be asking me, why do we even still have QB? Why do we even need QB now? Because we're paying all those bonuses off of CD. Well, do you know what QB needs to be used for? And the reason that we brought it, we need to utilize it for that, is CD helps pay what? Commissions. QB needs to go towards qualifications. So on a customer right now, guys, what do we pay on a customer? How many CV? 25. How many QV? 50. All right? So here's what happens. I want you to think of the comp plan. Anything that requires like a lesser leg volume, right? Like from the manager, senior manager, silver, or bronze, silver, gold. Anything that has a lesser leg requirement is going to be CV, because that's lesser leg. Anything that has a group volume requirement is QV. So, if you want to hit diamond, you got to have how many QV? 25,000 QV. You got to have that 25,000 QV for 4 weeks, or 100,000 QV in a 4-week period. So, if somebody comes in with the elite pack, what goes towards your diamond status? That does. What about your customers? Even though your customers only give you 25 CV, you know what they're going to give you? Not your customers, your people's customers, their customers, their customers, their customers. They give you 50 QV. Is that easier or harder to hit rate? Easier. Easier. So we can do this with this QV. We can help people what? We can help people hit rates faster and easier. Because when we're talking about group volume, we're talking about QV. Okay? Does that make sense? And so every product that's not a customer product is still going to have a QV, but it's going to match the CV. So, I mean, behind the scenes, that's what we're doing. Don't get confused by that. But you're not, I'm telling you this, you are not going to lose. We're not taking away. We are giving more. So, the Builder's Pack, $249. The Pro Pack, $760. And you're going to have 2 months of qualification. So for 3 months, you don't have to purchase if you don't want to. Right? You're qualified. Okay, the Elite Pack, you're going to have 6 months where you're qualified. The first month when you come in and 5 more months after that. So for 6 months, you don't have to purchase more product. But people usually do because they run out. Or they need more, right? Or the Super Elite. So think about this. Let me just do some simple, I'm just going to do some simple math for you real quick. So let's say someone's getting started. I don't care what they come in with. But let's just obviously I'm going to go to this one because it's the biggest one. So let's say somebody goes and they get 2 people in their first 2 weeks. What are they going to get paid on that? 15%. What's 15% of 2,000? They're going to get an extra $300. We're changing the first level FOB to 40% flat across the board. Okay, so what's 40% of 1,000? 400. So you get 400, 800, another 300. If you did it for 2 weeks. Oh, and then if you build out your rain partner team, what do I do? Pay an additional what? Okay, am I paying more or less? Okay, guys, do you like it or not? Okay. All right. Does this help the few, or does this help the masses? Yes, it helps the masses. And it helps the masses do the right activity and build the right way. So, I want you to see these packs because they do matter. So that's the Rainmaker system. We're making some adjustments, but I think you're going to love every single one of them. What do you think? Yes. Hey, you can do this. All right, so here's what I want everybody to know, though. When we leave this, or I think it is, either, I'll have to ask Casey if it's today or tomorrow. Does it start today or tomorrow? The 2. Tomorrow. Okay? This is what we're going to do. You're going to see some of these things implemented. No, we're not waiting weeks. We're not waiting months. We're going to see this stuff happen now. Okay? And you're going to see these kits and stuff change today. These kits that we're talking about change today. So we're moving on this. So let me show you kind of some of the things and how this ties in. I love everything to tie. You see how that ties? Get your 2 in 2 weeks ties into getting that. Helping people get your rain partner team. It ties into getting 4. It ties into having everything you need to hit the top level of the company. It all has to tie. You shouldn't have to do something else than the basics. And then have to go do this over here too. Or this over here too. You should just have to do this one thing. And let's get really good at doing this one thing. And teach everybody to do this one thing. Right? That's what we need to do. So that's what we're doing. It has to tie. So, what can we do to help people move forward? Once again, I just want to make sure that everybody understands the difference between these terms. So, you've got personal volume, you've got commissionable volume, and then you've got group volume, which is also QV, okay? The QV goes into that group volume. So I want people to understand what these three things are. So I don't know how to explain it. But one of the first thoughts that I have, or an analogy, is you got the life. So they say that the soul is the spirit and the body together, right? That's what they say the soul is. So the soul of our comp plan is the QV. The body of our comp plan is the CV, right? That's what pays the commissions. Or you got the QV that helps hit the ranks. So we can play with one without playing with another. So did you notice those kits? You notice those two kits we had? You know that we had dollar for dollar QV? Did you see that? I mean, so even though you might spend a certain amount, we can give you higher QV than you got CV. So I can come out with it. We can do a promotion, and we can do things where I can give somebody a lot more QV without CV and help them hit rank. Is that a good thing? See, but if they were tied together, can I do that? I can't. But if I keep them separate, can we do a lot more? Yes. That's why we got to keep those two things separate. I know some people are like, why do we have to do? Well, we just need to use it for what it's intended for. We need to use it to do these two things. And that's what we're doing. So, I already talked about the enrollment packs. Okay, and you saw that there. This is basically the Rainmaker program. But we put it in, I had it in that other chart. So we don't need to go over this again. But this is just so you can understand it and see it. Okay? I want to go back. Yeah. See, the QV is not on there. We'll add the QV. So the QV is, what is it for the basic pack? Still 50. What is it for the builder's pack QV? 150. What is it for Pro Pack? It's 300. Why is Pro Pack 300 and QV 300? What was that price before? It had 300 QV, but it didn't have 300 CV. So what I didn't like, here's what I didn't like that we needed to adjust, is if somebody goes and gets, it used to be, what was the price? About 500 bucks, right? So you get 500 bucks on this side, 500 bucks on that side, and you don't even cycle in the binary. You don't even have 300 QV or CV. That's got to change, right? So that's why we changed it. We changed it. So that's why that one, the QV was right, but we just kind of pushed the CV up. And then added, what's the difference? Why did it go to 760 then? If it used to be 500, why is it going to 760? Because you have auto ships in there for months, right? You have the auto volume now. You don't have to buy anything for months. So even though you see the 300 CV, what CV is still coming? 2 more auto ships. So there's another 100 CV that's not being accounted for. You're getting on top of that. How much additional CV is coming in this pack? Okay, 5 months at 50 CV. 250. So it's a total of 750 CV. But see, I don't want to pay an FOB on auto ship volume. Because that's not a first order. That's not a first order bonus when you have orders for the future, right? So I'm not paying the first order on that. Alright, but anyway. And then on this one, you got 1,000 CV. How much CV in the future is coming still? 500. Because you have 5 more months of 100 CV qualification. Does that go up and pay commissions? Yes. What's the industry average, industry-wide, where someone joins and quits by? Do you guys know? What do you think? I'm not saying right, I'm just saying industry. That if they don't get started, they don't buy anymore. At 3 months, 90 days. So 90 days, if someone comes in with this pack or this pack, what did we just do? Double the lifespan of every distributor. Now what happens if you give people twice as much time for things to happen? More can happen, right? More can happen. So we want to put those odds in our favor, and that's why we're bringing this stuff back, because there's a lot of benefits. So do you guys like it or not? Is that a good thing? It's good. It's great. And then like I said, now that QV is going to help for those ranks. So that's a big deal. So I don't know if you got that. You may have gotten the picture of the other one. Okay, oh wait. You guys see that? The only thing that's a little bit confusing about this graph that I don't like, but we had to do it this way so you can see, is the 2 weeks and the 4 weeks is really the same one, right? Because those 2 RPs are the same 2 RPs that you need in the 4 week. Does that make sense? I'm just showing there's an additional bonus. So don't get that confused like you need to. That's why I put the same 2 as in the launch bonus. Okay? So, Customer bonuses. Now what we did here is, I want people to understand, people sometimes will say, well, we used to get 50 CD, and now I only get 25 CD. So I get half the CD. No, you don't. Let me show you why we did what it is. We took 25 CD and 25 CD. How much CD used to go up the tree? It was 10. How much CD goes up the tree now? 25. Okay? So 25 CD goes up the tree, and 25 CD goes to what? The customer program. So we take that 50 CD and we split it. 25 CD goes up the tree, 25 CD stays in that program. And that's where this 40% comes from. So 40% of the 25 CD that stayed in the customer program is what you get paid on, which is 10 bucks. Now, how much QV is on that? 50. 50 QV is still on that. So that's going to help for qualification. So here's an adjustment that we made. We did make one adjustment, and that is, it stays at 40. Once you go out and you get your 4 customers, you get the 4 levels, right? But we flipped the levels a little bit because it used to be 40, 5, 10, 15, right? So we flipped it. It's better this way, right? Better this way. 40, 15, 10, 5. So we flipped that. Now, if you do the math and you add up what we used to pay on customers, even though it was $20, $20 to somebody, 10 CD went up the tree. What's our guaranteed payout on CD? We have a 50% guaranteed payout. So out of that 10 CD, we paid to somebody how many dollars? 5, right? 50% of 10 CD would be $5. And then we used to pay a $20 bonus. So you add the two together, and we used to pay out how much? 25. If you add all this up, plus the 25 CD that goes up the tree, which we pay 50% on, that's $12.50, we now pay out $30, not 25. Okay, we pay out $30 on every customer box, when we used to pay $25 on every customer box. Is that better or worse? Hey, so nobody can tell me that this plan isn't getting better. This is continually getting better, and we're getting to that point where I'm telling you what, we're making these enhancements and changes, and we are not moving. Okay, this is where we're gonna let it be. It needs to just be here, and we just need to move. But now it's simplistic. Now we're taking Rain Partner Teams. Now we're taking Rainmaker Program. Now we're taking rates and everything, and we put it all in one thing. Okay, you don't need to teach anything but what we teach. Let's go out and get your customers. All right. That's just an example of some of that compression that goes on and the money that can be made from that. All right, so it really does make a difference. And I'm telling you what, you see this add up, and think about this. Can somebody just do some small math for me? What's 640 times 50? Huh? What? 32,000? Okay, that can go to help you hit rank? Right? So, can somebody go diamond on customers? Yes. Is that crazy? Okay, that's what we're doing here. So, and this compresses. So that's the beauty of this. So, first order bonuses. Here's the adjustment that we're making. Okay, before, the first order bonuses were all based on you hitting the Rainmaker program, right? We're taking that away. You saw the Rainmaker program. What I just explained to you is that Rainmaker program. Like I said, it's better. And it will pay more. And it will motivate. And it's going to give back. But now, here's how we're going to do this. How we're going to do this is, as you can see, I did adjust one thing, a couple things. What was the level 1? It used to be 30%, right? Now it's 40%. All right, and then on level 3, it used to be 10%, and I made it 5%. So I added 10% somewhere, I took away 5% somewhere else. I didn't even take an even percentage and take 10 away somewhere. I just moved it around a little bit. And then if you add it all up, before we used to pay a 50, if somebody came in with a bigger kit, we used to pay what? You either get a 50% FOB and a 10% matching bonus on the second level. So you add the two together, and how much did we pay out? 60. If you add that up, guys, it's more than 60. Okay? So once again, did we go backwards or forwards? Okay. All right. But we're doing the right activity so that you can get paid on the depth. Okay, you get paid on people's people. When you go to meetings in your strong leg, if you go to a meeting in your strong leg the old way, okay, you're probably not going to get paid a lot of money, right? You go do a meeting in your strong leg now, you're going to make some money from the FOBs, right? 7 levels of them. So then how do you tap into the 7 levels if it's not the Rainmaker program? How do you do that? Okay, let's go back. So here's how you're going to do that. I don't know if it's on here. But this is how it's going to be coded. Is when somebody joins, they're going to get 2 levels automatically. So they're going to get 50, and they're going to get 5, right? 2 levels. So how do you get 3? Go manager. Because once again, I want people focusing on what? Ranks. So when somebody hits manager, that 3rd level opens up. So now they're getting 3 levels. So, but what happens that next week if they're not manager? Do they get 3 levels? Not forever. I want them to hit it to get it. So what's that going to help your people do? Motivate them to stay at manager. What happens if you have more people stay at manager? You're going to hit diamond easier. You're going to hit ranks easier because you need manager leagues, right? You need manager teams. So once somebody becomes a senior manager, the 4th level opens up. When somebody goes bronze, 5th level. Silver, 6th level. Okay, gold, 7th level. Like that? Does that make more sense? Makes a lot of sense. Okay? And if you hit gold one week, you get 7. And if you hit bronze one week, you get 5. If you hit silver one week, you get 6. You're going to get where you're going to get. So tell me, is that better or worse than a $30 rank advancement bonus one time? Okay? It's better. Because every time you hit it, you get it. Not just one time you hit it and that was great, you got $30 or $60. Every time you hit it, you open up another level. You hit all those FOBs. So, anyway, this is what we're doing with the first order bonuses. It comes down to you going out there, duplicating and hitting rank and holding it. So let's look at the dual team. You guys are familiar with the dual team. I don't really need to talk tons about that. Where you get one person on both sides, and now you can get paid in the dual team commissions. So if somebody is following our Maker program, they're automatically going to do this accidentally, right? They're going to accidentally get paid everything. That's why we put it together this way. I want them to accidentally get paid everything. I want to have accidental diamonds. Accidental. Woo! That's what we want. So all of us, congratulations, you hit diamond, and they say, I don't even know what that is. Don't you want that? Just because that's what the structure makes happen. Because of our duplication. That's what we want. Okay? But they'll say, I do like the checks you send me, though, so keep sending them. So that's the team commission aspect. You guys are all familiar with it. Let's go to this next slide if I can get it to go. Oh, you guys are familiar. We can go through this. You guys are familiar with how that whole thing works. What I want to show you is, you're familiar with the Gen Match, right? And how that works, where we can pay levels. And here's what a lot of people take for granted. Okay? People take this for granted because they don't understand it. There's a huge, huge difference to be paid on levels and generations. Huge. And anytime somebody says, well, we pay out 15 levels, I would say, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't want 15 levels. I want to get paid on leaders, not levels. Okay? If you want somebody that's making a $30 check to clog up your payout and to stop you going from the depth. Because that's what levels do. Generations don't. Now, the good thing about how we do generations, we pay 7 generations deep, right? What do we do with the people in between that maybe didn't hit that leadership role or leadership rank? Do we pay on those still? Yes! So if somebody gets a $30 check in our comp plan, do you still get bonus on it? But does it stop you from going deeper? Oh, okay? That's what happens when distributors run the show. When distributors are in charge. The things that frustrate us, we switch. We don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like getting clogged up because somebody got a $30 check. So that's not what we have here. See, this is so much better because it can actually be 50, 60, 70, 100 levels here. So let's just touch on that because that is a big deal that I think that we take for granted. That we don't see, but you're going to see in this industry, people don't have that. A lot of them do not have that. They say, but we have dynamic compression. Okay, so the $30 checks are compressing. So what? You want the $30 checks compressing? That doesn't matter. I want leaders, not levels. That's what we've got here. So, you see how this works. So we want to give people big incentives all the way to the top. But we got to lock in that bottom, right? If we lock in that bottom and give that bottom a reason to stay here, the bottom of the structure, then what happens to everything else? Everybody wins. So we got to take care of the masses. That's who I care about. And I don't know that I don't care about our diamonds. I love our diamonds. Not that I don't care about our, double and triple black rains, but here's something that we're going to announce and that we're doing. Okay, here's a new rank. I don't know, does anybody see a new rank up there? Double diamond. What's that mean? Well, here's the thing. What do you have to hit weekly to hit diamond? Group volume wise. 25. What do you have to do to hit black rank? 3 times that, right? So that's kind of a big gap, don't you think? That's a big gap. So how about we put something in between and incentivize people to go hit something a little closer? Right? So we're going to now go 25, 50, 75. So you get double diamond and get some additional benefits. Obviously, the rank advancement bonuses are going to be there. And obviously, the lifestyle bonuses are going to be there. But you can see, you guys understand that we just paid out this ownership. Remember when we took that 1.5% that wasn't really benefiting the executives because it was so small? It wasn't really motivating anybody. We just barely paid this to diamonds. So we have diamonds in this room. Did you get a check this last Friday? Okay? Okay, all around the globe, guys, we paid out tens of thousands of dollars at one time. Boom. Because we took 1.5% of global CV over 3 months. Over 3 months and just said, here you go. Okay? Some people could go buy brand new cars. And still have to do with that bonus. Because we have that diamond bonus. So, this is the first time we just paid it out. People got it this last week, which was great. So it's paid every quarter. Now, we're going to tweak this up a little bit with the rank advancement bonuses some. So here's how we're going to do this real quick. So diamond is 5,000. Double black rain, or double diamond is going to be 7,500. So that didn't get put in there. Black rain diamond is going to be 10. Here's what we're still going to do though. We're bringing back all the old rank advancement bonuses from platinum up. So from platinum up, we're going to bring them back. So, you guys like that? So from platinum up, we're bringing them back. Why am I not bringing back the rank advancement for gold and for silver and for bronze and for manager? Because the level payouts and the FOBs take care of that, right? Okay, they take care of that. As we go multiple levels all the way up to gold, and after gold, we hit platinum, and what starts at platinum? Lifestyle bonuses and rank advancement bonuses. Okay? But the thing that we're going to do here is we're going to tweak this a little bit. Because if you do the math, I can get creamed on that. The company get creamed on that. So what we're going to do is when somebody hits that for the first time, they hit it for 4 weeks, we're going to pay a lump sum, not the whole amount, and then we give you a chance to keep hitting it and continue to get it however long it takes. Because if someone just does it in 4 weeks, I'm going to lose. So I'm going to lose big time. And if I lose, you lose. Maybe the one person doesn't, but the rest of us do, right? So we got to be smart about that. So you're going to see that too. That's going to tweak a little bit so that we don't have to change that. We can still do that, but when somebody hits, for example, you hit double black rain down, we're going to pay you $20,000 after the first 4 weeks, and then over the next 8 weeks, whenever you hit it again, you're going to get another 10. Because then there's more volume, so I can afford to pay it. Does that make sense? So hit it once, 20 grand right out the gate. Hit it 8 more times. After that, whenever, you get another 10 grand. Okay, so if it took you 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, if it took you 2 years to hit it again 8 times, you got $80,000 still coming your way every time you do it. And I can afford to do that. If I don't have to pay $100,000 one time, because there's not enough volume there to do that. Now, same thing is going to be on the triple black rain. Triple black rain, you go and you hit it for 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, we're going to pay you $40,000 one time. Then every time you hit it again, we'll pay you $15,000 until we paid you $250,000. Because I can afford to do that. Okay? So that motivates you to keep going and doing it too, right? Hit it, here's a lump sum, chunk of money, there's 40 grand, continue to hit it, I'm going to pay you an additional 15. Is that on top of your lifestyle bonus? Yes. On everything else? Yes. Okay? So, oh, there it is. Woo. No, that's good. So here you go. And you see the lifestyle bonuses, like I said, they are back. Oh, these ones actually didn't go away. I'm talking about the range management bonuses are back. Okay? So, as you guys understand, hopefully that is as clear as mud. That clear as mud? Okay, but here's what I'm going to tell you need to do. Here's what you do. 2, who get 2? 2, who get 2? 2, who get 2. And what happens? Everything else happens. Everything else happens. And I'm telling you what, I really will. Unless it's not a real legitimate deal out there, I can't compete with the money games that are fake. But when I'm talking about a real, legitimate deal, where we have real products that add value, that make a difference, that give back, nobody can touch us. Nobody can touch us. This is the most aggressive thing I've seen. And, you know, I love it. This is something that I wished I would have had. But I know that if we do this, then what we can do is we can help you do more. We can help you give more and be more and impact more. And the more you grow, the more Rain grows, and the more our social impact can grow. So, I want to hear by your voices, and I don't know if other people are watching, because they probably are. The world is seeing this too. Okay? Everybody that's sitting in all the different locations all around the globe, this affects everybody. But I know I can't hear through the camera. I can't hear through everybody, but I want everybody, by your voice, to tell me by our shouting and yelling if this was good or this is good. All right, guys? Let's do this. I actually think I heard it from the Ukraine. I think I did. I think I heard it from over in Asia and Europe. So, guys, this really is, hopefully you can see that we really do care about you. As we really do. If we didn't care, we wouldn't do what we do. There's a lot of things all of us could be doing, but sometimes it would be a lot less stressful, right? Maybe we could be doing something sometimes that probably could pay us a little bit more money than maybe they're paying us right now. But I'm telling you what, the reason that we do what we do is because it's bigger than us. The reason that I do what I do is even though we all have options. But this is a choice. I choose to be a Rain. I choose to do Rain. I choose to put my money at Rain. I choose to put my time in Rain. I choose because it matters. Because it makes a difference. And I know that's one of the reasons that you're here too. And it will catch up. You know what? You can't do good long enough. You can't do good for too long without all of a sudden all those seeds being sprouted. And you have that harvest and you start to reap what you sowed. Right? It can't happen. You can't plant those seeds forever and not have it harvest. Sometimes we just, once again, we get a little impatient with the watering and the fertilizing and the patience that it takes for that to happen. But I can tell you what, when you have stuff as good as we have it, when you're doing what we're doing and making the impact we're making, how do we not do anything but win? We're going to win. Okay, but I don't want to win by myself. We're going to win together. So thanks, everybody. Hopefully this excites you. Let's take advantage during the break. We'll take advantage during the break. We'll get those kits. We'll put the other things we have. Our store maybe next door that opens up. You can see that stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Let's go out and make it rain, everybody. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for your attention during the first session of the World Seed Summit. The second session will commence at 10 p.m. sharp. brought to you in part by All Natural Raincore, 1,000 greens in a 1 ounce.